I'm Dr. Chantal Ehrenberg. I'm the program leader of the program, and I hope this presentation can help to give you more detail and understanding of the BA Honors Professional Dance alongside the other material we can provide with this Open Day virtual pack, as well as information that's on our website, social media, and through the University of Sunderland as our partners. Here at Dance City, we really believe in nurturing students towards their dance future and being able to place themselves amongst dance history, current dance practice and thinking, and the presentation will give you more color along this idea that we embed throughout our whole program and ethos about being able to foster and nurture young adult dancers during their BA degrees to be able to create your dance future, but in a way that's very socially minded and is also collaborative in its way. So Dance City, as you may or may not know, is an amazing hub for dance in the Northeast. It is an outstanding specialist facility, and the BA program, the classes take place primarily in the Dance City building, which is in the center of Newcastle. There's brilliant dance studios in the building, a bespoke theater for dance, which also hosts professional artists and guests. And there's a whole host of activities that go on in the building itself, but also because of what's going on in the building, such as engagement team and other things that might be happening even beyond the building. Students who come to Dance City, because we are in this hub, have an instant professional network. There's an instant linking and being a part of where artists in the region come to do their work, but also community members come to take class. And many professionals also work in other parts of the organization. And this allows for a natural progression into the professional community because of the links that students can make in this way that people and activities cross within the building. It also means that we are able to have guest artists that might be coming into the theater to perform works, or we might be able to bring local contemporary dance artists or other forms into teaching classes or as guest artist residencies. And in this way, students are meeting and working with a wide range of dance professionals while they're on the program. And of course, there's theater performances and extra classes on site. Our public dance program is brilliant and is embedded within the BA program, as well as the theater performances are discounted for students, and there's access to that, which is brilliant. And we try and always incorporate that activity into the modules themselves and the program themselves. The BA Honors Professional Dance Program at Dance City has three key components. One is dance technique, performance, and choreography, and keeping dance practice in the studio a key central part across 3 years of the degree. And you'll see this in the few slides from now in the detail in terms of how classes are run across the years, but dancing, performing, making dance are really important to us. Project-based learning. So being on the ground, learning things in relation to making things, really not only reading about material as part of a university degree, but exploring it through practice, collaborating together to make work. Being relative to real-world activities is very important for our program. And the third component is developing students as all-rounders in dance and beyond. So really trying to expand our students' palette of what they think dance is, how they think they relate to it, where their skills might be, exploring all the various facets that dance comes into our worlds and how dance is so varied in how it's explored across the globe. So both within our maybe very local communities, but also in places that seem far from us, to really get that global citizen of dance understanding and transferable skills. Our ethos behind the program, or informing the program, has several strands, and here are just some I'd like to review in this presentation. One is sustainability, and that's in relation to the environment and the climate crisis and considering how we work and what we do, but it also is in terms of the dancer's career and nurturing our students to understand how they might have sustainable careers in dance and what that might mean. Equality, diversity, and inclusion is really significant for not only the faculty, individuals, it also informs how we've devised the program and what feeds modular detail. For instance, who we might explore within modules themselves and what we might explore. We are keen on continuing to develop our decolonization of the curriculum and improving our offer in terms of these significant issues. We want to provide a personal environment, and as a key part of that is having small groups. And you will see across BA offers across the UK that this is an important thing to consider. And with the small groups, we are able to have that connection across faculty and students, knowing our students well and being able to challenge where challenge is needed and also bring in that care also when needed, and being able to remember that idea of creating your dance future for our students and what that might mean, and sticking to that ethos with small groups. We support independence across the years. So by that I mean it's implicitly developed in the program across the 3 years. So in year 1, students need more guidance through university study and developing their connection with dance in this environment, to year 3, offering aspects of the assessment and other parts of the modules that allow for more autonomy and being able to develop that independence, particularly towards graduation. We think of students as future peers, and so we treat our students that way across the degree. And as noted with the Dance City space, we are working amongst so many different dance professionals and community members and colleagues. So it's really important to create that peer environment as soon as we can. Studio practice is at the cornerstone. I mentioned earlier, dance technique, choreography, and performance is really important to us. So that also means exploring theoretical perspectives or historical perspectives in the studio as well, and making those links. We want to be tied to the current relevant practice, dance in the real world, meaning that what we do can relate to the constantly changing aspects of the profession and of the art form. So while there are structures to our modules, as you will see in the next slide, there's openness there to consider how we might continue to adapt and change in relation to what is current within the field. And again, considering how students can create their own dance future, but also how we can make sure our students are prepared after graduation. It's important to note we're delivered in partnership with the University of Sunderland. So students on our BA program are also students of the University of Sunderland. There are a lot of resources offered through our partnership with the university, so that provides us a really bespoke, unique offer, something between a conservatoire and a university degree. Some of the resources available through the university is the library, which includes a wide range of online library resources and support, disability services, academic support services, and the Wellbeing Center, just to name a few. this slide provides the course overview for the program, and it's a good way to see a snapshot of how each year will be imagined or go across that year. So give a sense of time and how the classes themselves each line up to each other during an academic year. So on the left-hand side, you'll see in different colors also year 1, year 2, year 3. So if we just look at year 1, which might be the first year of your program, you have 3 terms. So term 1 is in the autumn, that's 12 weeks. Term 2 is just after the winter break, which starts around January. And term 3 is just after April, the spring break. So in term 1, in year 1, you would have dance technique and performance as that first class module that's across the whole year. So that means you'd have technique all year, 4 times a week. That would also have a performance element as part of its assessment. So that is not run on terms, that's run across the whole year. Choreographing history is in term 1 and managing dance is in term 1. So those are 2 different modules that you would have in that first term. And then another year-long module is the Introduction to Reflexive Dance Practice. So that would run again from the beginning of the academic year all the way through the end. In term 2, again, you'd still have that technique and reflexive practice because they're year-long, but then you'd have completed those term 1 classes. So now in term 2, you'd have the Arts and Social Change, which is another module class, and Guided Project, which you might be working with a guest artist, for instance, or a faculty member on making a work. And then in term 3, this is a bespoke set of weeks where you might have technique class, but you might also have that technique class merging into a performance scenario. And you also might have assessments during this time that are remaining, and also have an element of reflection that is coming through the Introduction to Reflexive Dance Practice module. So that term 3 would be sort of wrapping up of your academic year, and also trying to make links across modules where possible as guided by the faculty and the module leaders. So then as you see in year 2, you get another outline of the various modules and that are run for year 2. You have a placement project in year 2, so that would be having a placement where you can get direct work experience but guided by one of our faculty. And then year 3 as well, there's a producing and curating dance module. There's also the festival project module, which is really exciting. And I have another slide in the future outlining some of these modules, but you can always follow up and ask questions if you would like more information. Another way to think about the program is across the 3 years. So not only how it works just within a year itself, but across the 3 years. And these are some of the ways that some of the modules link across that time. So dance technique and performance and reflexive dance practice you will have seen happen across all 3 years. And that means that through these skills and techniques and creative endeavors, the students can develop across that time, and there's a continuity there. At the same time as, of course, those modules will also develop across time, so they will be more challenging each year. It allows you to build on skills over the 3 years, particularly in technique, performance, and reflexive practice. Then we can see some through threads in other areas, such as making dance happen. So how we're going to make dance happen on the degree. So technique and performance module, that's one instance where there will be artists contributing, faculty contributing to make performance that is performed in the theater. Guided project, which would be working with someone to make work, producing and curating dance, specifically exploring how we make dance happen in the world, in our communities. And beyond. Project-centered learning, modules such as managing dance, so really thinking about projects approach in that particular context when managing dance, facilitating dance, so teaching has its own project approach. Placement project is a project, it's in itself, and applying those skills to on-site learning in its context, in its real-world context. And then festival project is again another instance of project-centered learning across several parts of the degree across all 3 years. Dance in its context is really exploring about our situated knowledges, how dance changes in context. So modules such as the arts and social change in year 1. Again, the placement project is a real hands-on exploration of context. And also the reflexive modules across the 3 years will particularly target some of these issues around context, and in particular because they often change with issues around social justice might change. And then choreography is another overview throughout the program. Modules that link up there are ones such as choreographing history, guided project where you might be working with someone making work, but then experience that choreography by doing it, choreographing the contemporary. And again, the festival project might be another way that some students want to explore a choreographic skill. As promised earlier, we do feature here on this slide a few of the modules across the program, so you can see these descriptions and get that little more detailed understanding of the modules in that broad slide and also the program itself. So one of the modules we're featuring here is the Arts and Social Change, which is in year 1. It's a term only module. And in its description, you can see it will explore the relationship with dance, other art forms, and their social contexts. The focus is on the ways in which the arts respond, speak, and contribute to social change in local, national, and international contexts. Another highlighted module here is year 2, facilitating dance. So this is really geared toward nurturing your teaching skills. And this module enables learning around current teaching practice explored through a variety of contexts. Students will critically analyze the notion of dance pedagogy and develop facilitation skills in a range of educational community contexts through practical engagement, examination, and discussion. And then finally, I highlighted this festival project in year 3, so we just pull it out here to give you a bit more detail of that as one of the modules in the 3rd year. This module culminates in a student-designed, student-led, student-marketed, and student-organized festival at Dance City or another appropriate venue. For instance, if the student cohort of a certain year wanted to do site-specific work, that might be part of the festival project for them. The module is highly responsive to the needs and wishes of the students in relation to the professional context and environment from year to year. Students will gain substantial experience in an area of their chosen field by researching, developing, and executing a complex and sophisticated project in collaboration with their peers. The outcome of this activity might be choreographic, pedagogical, academic, or something else. And the staff and faculty are already led projects and modules of this kind, so it can nurture some student that might want to do choreography output for the festival to work alongside, say, a student who wants to do production or dramaturgy for the festival. And the whole project, the festival project itself, is a collaborative endeavor, and it's a really unique offer for our program and exciting and something that is unique to Dance City. Assessments are designed to support your learning and support you in learning. So that means offering a wide range of formats to allow students to flourish, because some students really might flourish with kinesthetic learning, and some might really flourish with written learning and expressions of these learnings. So following good teaching and learning practice in any academic degree, we assess through continuous assessment, performance assessments, so those practical performances might be in the theater or elsewhere, studio-based practices, presentations, you might be presenting on a particular artist or historical perspective, essays, proposals, so that might be looking at how funding bids are written, and reflective writing. Reflective writing, really thinking about reflection as a praxis, which has a lot of amazing research behind it and is a way of supporting you, again, through that sustainable career. Our graduates have a wide range of outcomes, and this is just a snapshot to be able to give you a sense of what graduates do after their BA in professional dance here at Dance City. So we've had dancers work with Ballet Laurent, Rendezvous Dance, Hit the Ground Running, Fertile Ground. We've had dance graduates go into facilitation and community dance like Phoenix Dance Theatre, Yorkshire Dance. Many of our students have gone on to different postgraduate study, which includes the postgraduate companies such as Emergence, MAP Dance, but also PGCE, Dance Science, Arts Management, master's degrees. Students have taught in schools, full and part-time roles after graduation, and some have gone into management roles in administration and marketing. So to apply for our program, you are probably interested to know our entry requirements, and this information is elsewhere on our website and in the packet. However, it's good to see it here and outline it again to be clear. Stage 1 is apply through UCAS. So the course code is W505. It's 112 UCAS points, predicted grades plus GCSE, Maths, and English. And then stage 2 is we'll get in touch with you after you've applied, and then going through the applicant process. You can attend an applicant day in person, and dates in January and March, which you can see on our website. And the second option is a self-tape submission. So particularly if you missed that March date and you're hearing this now, you can get in touch with us, or we will get in touch with you about the self-tape submission. Thank you for listening. I hope that this presentation was useful in your consideration of Dance City's BA Honors Professional Dance Program. If you have any questions, as mentioned at the top of the presentation, please do reach out. You can find our email and our phone number with the Open Day pack as well as on the website. And I sincerely hope to hear from you in the very near future. Thanks.